welcome to the Human Values Club. Today we have Javier here with us, and my name is Andrea. And we're back making videos together. So the value for this week is vulnerability, and we are pairing it with our universal human value of truth. And Javier is going to share with us the thought of the week.
Yeah, so along the theme of vulnerability, our thought of the week is, what's the greater risk? Letting go of what people think, or letting go of how I feel, what I believe, and who I am? That comes to us by way of Brené Brown. So what do you think about when you read that quote?
Well, it took me a while to understand it, honestly, if I'm being vulnerable. But it led me to write the activity for this week that's in our lesson plan, because to be vulnerable, first we have to observe and not assign meaning to our thoughts and our feelings and how we behave. So the first step, like we've done before, is awareness. And once you've had practice with that, then you can start sharing, and you can also reflect on what you are missing by not sharing, or by not being open to other people and have transformation through that. So yes, I'm still thinking about the quote.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
Yeah, it brings me right back to high school and college, and shortly after college, and right now. Just that we're under a lot of pressure to really change ourselves to fit what other people want us to be. And I think that is a big thing we talk about a lot. And it's a big societal pressure that we start feeling, I think, around the middle school age. We start to notice what other people think of us, instead of just kind of being free. When we're really little, we're just playing and we don't really care what people think. We just want to have fun. And then we start thinking about what people think of us, and then we're, should I change? Should I be this way? Should I talk this way? Should I do that? And so I think what the quote is talking about, at that point, when you start to change yourself, you're really risking who you really are, who you truly are, in order for other people to accept you and validate you, right? And that's kind of backwards to what our goal is, and what we really try to strive for is loving ourselves, self-love, self-validation. And if you can love and validate yourself, then you don't really need love and validation from other people in that way. Of course, you love your family, they love you, friends and family, everything. But it's not a desperate thing. And I was talking to students today, and we came to the idea that why this happens to a lot of people is there's a scarcity mindset. So for example, these are a group of people at school, I want to be friends with them. I'm worried that if I am on my own weird self, if I just be who I am, I'm worried that I'm going to scare those people away, and then what? Then I won't have friends. But I think the truth that we try to remind each other of a lot is that there's always going to be an abundance of love and friendship that wants to enter our lives. So we want to have an abundance mindset. And when you have an abundance mindset, you're willing to take more risk, because if something doesn't work out, if a relationship or an opportunity doesn't work out, you know that there's going to be many more relationships and opportunities in the future. So the greatest relationship is your own relationship. And if you learn to just be who you are, and just live your life in the glory that is you, you'll more easily attract that abundance, friendship, and love that belongs in your life. Yeah, so a lot to think about.
Yeah, we recommend you to watch, two things. There's a TED Talk by the author of our quote of the week. Her name is Brené Brown, and she has both a TED Talk and a Netflix special.
Yes.
And she's a researcher, and she works with shame, courage, and vulnerability. Mm-hmm. And her TED Talk is about
the power of vulnerability.
That's a hard word.
Yeah. I couldn't spell it at first. I learned that too. And then the Netflix special is The Call to Courage. So she tells a story about that she went on an airplane and she talks to this guy and she says, I study vulnerability and courage, and the guy says, oh, opposite sides of the spectrum. And she's like, no, they're the same side, right? Without vulnerability you can't have courage, without courage you can't have vulnerability. So we're gonna redefine vulnerability for ourselves this weekend and make it it's something that actually increases courage. There's no innovation, there's no risk taking, there's no creativity, and there's no relationship building without vulnerability. So we are going to encourage each other and encourage you to be vulnerable this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to add that I've been doing a lot of work with my self-healing from either emotional baggage or, past long patterns that doesn't benefit myself, right? So I follow this psychologist on Instagram called the Holistic Psychologist, and most of this happens when we heal they call it inner child, or relationship with an inner child, because all these things come up and you're able to work through them. Then you don't fear being hurt by sharing. So that's why that's the first step of coming to terms with that yourself, so that then it's not always easy, but it's just there's less fear or less danger in sharing, because you already come to terms with that, and there's nothing else that can hurt you after that.
Amen.
Can I get up a minute?
Amen. Say it loud, say it proud.
Thank you so much, y'all. Let's do it this week, and thank you. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and we have a YouTube page where you will see this video.
Please share with your friends if any of these videos have been helpful to you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Until next time. Love yourself, love the world. Bye.